Well, good morning. It is Sunday morning, day 5. Yep, day 5. So I've just been awoken by a thunderstorm. So it's going to be fun. I've just put on my rain gear in order to stay warmer. So I'm anticipating the temperatures dropping down quite a bit in a rainstorm. But we'll see how the tent fares. The rain is starting to really come down and the wind is really picked up. So we'll see how much of it is noise and how much of it is rain and thunder yet to go as we go through the night. But I've changed into my plastic rain gear, and I'm about to put my sleeping bag back over me and my poncho over the top of that, just in case it leaks. I need to put all the electronics down. I normally keep things hanging above me here in a net bag, but I'm going to go ahead and put it all back in plastic and put it away, just in case we get wet in here. But it's going to be an interesting night, and I'm going to try to get back to sleep. So there's our day 5 early morning update. It's going to be a fun one.
It's the morning of day 5. Really big storm last night, but slept through it great. The tent did real well, stayed very dry. I'm letting it air out a bit. The tarp is drenched, of course, and the bottom's a little damp, but it did really well, and I was dry and warm all night. The storm's kind of nice, so the white noise of the rain helps you sleep. So I'm over here getting my pack set up out here, getting everything ready for the day. We got breakfast right there, and these are the snacks for the day that'll be in my pouch, so they're accessible as we go. The terrain is up and down today. It depends on how far I go. There's a shelter at 3.5 miles, a shelter at about 7 miles, and then Clingman's Dome is at 10.5. And at Clingman's Dome I have a chance to get a ride into Gatlinburg, where I'm going to stay 1 or 2 nights. So I don't know if I feel like going the whole 10. I will into Gatlinburg and take a 0 day tomorrow, stay 2 nights, or get to that 7-mile shelter and hike in tomorrow. Just see how the trail goes. I also want to plan it based on the weather, because Clingman's Dome is the highest point in the Appalachian Trail, and I want to get there when it has really great views and enjoy that for a while. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to eat breakfast, pack up tent, and hit the trail. It's 8:30 right now.
Well, about a half hour in on today's hike. Hadn't planned on shooting any video yet, but when something eventful happens, you stop and record it. The trail is never dry in the Smokies, but after the rain last night, it's really just mud sliding down the hill. I'm heading downhill, so I'm walking along here, slipped, hit something, slid down to about there. So I'm nice and mud covered now. That's not the worst of it though. The worst of it though is that my left trekking pole snapped in half. So I'm gonna see if I can bang it out and cram it back in there to get some use out of it, and if not, then I'll just go on with one until I can get to Gatlinburg to replace it. But never a dull moment on the trail. On a slippery day like this, it's much better to be going uphill, actually, than to slide down. But all for now, the adventures continue. Oh, happy day. I can see the shelter here. This is the 5.5 mile shelter, which is where I'm going to stop because the trail conditions are really pretty awful. And I'm going to stop, have lunch, have a nap, have dinner, and sleep. And there'll be some good folks here to talk with, I'm sure. So, as you can see, the trail is pretty muddy, kind of like that all the time. And so really I'll spin around so you can see the shelter. There's the shelter, which is always a welcome sight. So I'm going to get in there and I see they have a fire going, which is a wonderful thing. Got a lot of clothes to dry out, so I can hike in dry tomorrow. So, very, very glad to be here today. End of the day, about ready to go to bed. Quick tour around.
Yeah, it usually helps.
The whole alphabet really helped me too.
Well, good night.